Hi besties. In today's story, Alma was ready to give up on love, but fate had good plans for her. Welcome to all my new and returning subscribers. Let's dive in. It was Christmas season in a quiet African village, and while the world around her sparkled with holiday joy, Alma, a single mom of two, felt a deep emptiness in her heart. Little did she know, across the world, a heartbroken stranger was about to walk into her bakery and change her life forever. Fate had a surprise waiting. Love and healing would find her in the most unexpected way. A single mother of two young children, Alma had worked tirelessly to build her bakery. Each loaf of bread she kneaded was a labor of love, each pastry a small victory. Yet, despite her hard work, her dreams of success seemed to slip through her fingers like grains of sand. The bakery wasn't bringing in enough customers, and Alma found herself struggling to make ends meet. Her heart ached as she watched families prepare for the holiday season, her own children's joy overshadowed by the worry that she wouldn't be able to give them the Christmas they deserved. Maybe I should just close the shop for good, Alma sighed, wiping a tear from her cheek. She had no answers, only the weight of her failures pressing down on her. She gazed out the window, watching the Christmas lights twinkle from the village square, but felt nothing but emptiness in her chest. Just as she was about to close the bakery for the day, a sound from the doorway startled her. She turned, surprised to see a tall figure standing in the entrance. The man appeared weary, his face tired and drawn as though he had walked 1,000 miles. His clothes were rumpled, and his eyes held a deep sadness that mirrored her own. "Hello," he said softly, his voice carrying a note of vulnerability that immediately struck a chord within Alma. "I'm sorry to disturb you. I'm just passing through the village, and I thought I might try some of your bread." Alma blinked in surprise. It wasn't every day that a stranger came into her bakery, especially one who seemed so out of place in the quiet village. She nodded and forced a smile. "Welcome," she said warmly. "I have fresh bread. Would you like a loaf?" The man nodded gratefully. As Alma handed him the bread, she noticed his eyes, deep, soulful eyes that seemed to carry the weight of a past filled with pain. "Are you okay?" she asked gently. "You look like you've been through something difficult." The man took a deep breath, and then, as if the burden of the past was too much to carry alone, he opened up. "I've been to America," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "I was in a relationship, but it didn't work out. I was betrayed by someone I loved. I thought I could heal by coming back here, but I'm not sure if I can ever heal." Alma felt a deep sympathy for him. She, too, understood the sting of betrayal. "I'm so sorry," she said softly. "It's hard when someone we love hurts us. But sometimes, healing finds us when we least expect it." The man looked at her, as if her words had pierced through the fog of his sadness. "You sound wise," he said, offering a faint smile. "Maybe you're right." Alma smiled back, feeling a spark of hope. Little did she know, this meeting would be the start of a beautiful and unexpected journey. Over the next few days, the man, whose name was Obi, visited Alma's bakery every morning. He didn't say much about his past, but they talked about everything else. He learned about her life in the village, the struggles she faced with her bakery, and how much she loved the Christmas season. "You know," Alma said one day as they sat together with cups of tea, "I've always believed in Christmas miracles. I think that's when the best things happen, even when we don't expect them." Obi smiled. "Maybe that's what I need, a miracle." Alma laughed softly. "Maybe you're the miracle you've been waiting for." One evening, as they were closing the bakery together, a group of children ran past, laughing and playing. Alma's eyes followed them as they ran toward the village square, where the Christmas tree stood. "They look so happy," she said wistfully. "I wish I could bring that happiness to everyone around me." Obi watched her for a moment before speaking. I think you already do. You bring warmth with every loaf of bread you bake. You bring joy to this village. You just need to see it. Alma blushed and looked away. She had never thought of herself that way, but hearing it from Obi made her feel special. As the days passed, the connection between Alma and Obi grew stronger. She found herself laughing more, sharing her dreams, and talking about her hopes for the future. And Obi? He started to open up, sharing more about his life in America and how his fiancée had betrayed him. I thought she loved me, Obi said one evening, his voice breaking. I thought we had everything, but then I found out she was only using me for my money. Alma placed a hand on his shoulder. I'm so sorry, Obi. Sometimes, people take advantage of others' kindness, but that doesn't mean you're not worthy of love. Being a single mom of two, I can tell you that healing will help you navigate this phase. Obi looked at her with a soft smile. Maybe that's why I came here. I needed to hear that from someone. The village was preparing for the annual Christmas fair, and everyone was excited. Alma worked harder than ever, hoping the fair would help bring more people to her bakery. She even put up a small stall near the Christmas tree to showcase her best pastries. One afternoon, as she was arranging her baked goods, Obi approached her with a small, mysterious box. What's this? Alma asked, her eyes wide with curiosity. It's something I've been working on for you, Obi said with a twinkle in his eye. I want to help you with your bakery, Alma. I want you to succeed. Alma opened the box, revealing a beautiful necklace with a small heart-shaped charm. It's beautiful, she whispered. I know it's not much, but I want you to have it, Obi said. You've taught me so much about love and kindness. You deserve the best. Alma felt a rush of emotions. This wasn't just a gift, it was a symbol of everything they had shared. But there was something she hadn't told him yet. Something that was eating at her heart. Obi, she said, taking a deep breath. I'm afraid. Afraid that if I fall for you, I'll get hurt too. I've had my heart broken before, and I don't want to go through that again. Obi reached for her hand. Alma, I promise, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here because I believe in what we have. I believe in you. As Christmas Eve approached, the village was filled with laughter, music, and the smell of delicious food. The Christmas fair was a success, and Alma's bakery had more customers than ever before. People came from near and far to try her bread and pastries, and the whole village celebrated. But as the night went on, Alma realized there was one thing missing. Obi hadn't said the words she had been hoping to hear. It was New Year Eve after the Christmas celebrations, and the village square was alive with excitement. The air was thick with the joyful sounds of laughter, carols, and the cheerful chatter of families gathering together. A tall, magnificent Christmas tree stood proudly at the center, its colorful lights twinkling like stars, casting a soft glow over the crowd. The sweet scent of fresh pastries filled the air, mixing with the warmth of roasting chestnuts and the crisp evening breeze. Alma stood near the tree, her heart a mix of emotions. The village around her felt like a scene out of a Christmas dream, yet something was still missing inside her. The laughter of children, the joy of the villagers, it was all so perfect, but it couldn't fill the emptiness she still felt in her heart. She smiled as she watched families, young and old, coming together, but the smile was bittersweet. And then, as if the universe had heard her unspoken wish, Obi appeared at her side. His tall frame cast a shadow over her, but it was the look in his eyes that caught her breath. His face, usually so calm and composed, was now filled with something much more vulnerable: love, hope, and a touch of nervousness. The kind of nervousness that only comes from baring one's heart to someone who means the world. Alma, he said, his voice soft yet steady, as though each word was carefully chosen. I've been thinking a lot about us. About everything that's happened this Christmas, and everything that could be. I know my heart was shattered once before. I've walked through the fire of betrayal, and it seemed like I would never find peace again. But being here, in this village, with you, I've learned what love truly is. You've helped heal my heart in a way no one else could. Your kindness, your strength, the way you care for others, and the way you see the world, it's shown me that love isn't just about perfection. It's about finding someone who sees you, who understands your pain, and still chooses you. And Alma, I choose you. I want to walk this journey with you, no matter where it leads. Alma's heart raced, and for a moment, she felt like the entire world had paused around them. She didn't know what to say. She could feel the warmth of the Christmas lights shining down on them, their soft glow illuminating his face, making his words feel even more meaningful. She was overwhelmed with emotion, a beautiful mix of hope and fear. For so long, she had closed her heart to love, afraid of being hurt again. But here, in front of her, stood Obi, a man who had known pain, just like her, but who was willing to risk it all for something real. Obi, she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. I don't know if I can open my heart fully again. After everything that's happened, I'm scared. I don't want to get hurt again. But, I feel something with you. Something I haven't felt in a long time. Obi gently reached for her hands, his fingers warm and steady. He held them with such tenderness that it made her heart flutter. His eyes locked with hers, and in that moment, everything else faded away. There was no village, no tree, no crowd. Just the two of them. Alma, he said, his voice more serious now, yet filled with hope. I know that love is not always easy. It takes trust, and sometimes, it takes healing. But I promise you, from the deepest part of my heart, I will love you. I will cherish you. I will stand by you, through the highs and the lows, the happy days and the hard ones. I will never give up on us. Will you marry me? The world seemed to hold its breath. Alma's heart pounded in her chest as tears welled up in her eyes. The words she had longed to hear, yet never thought she would, had just been spoken. A lifetime of hurt, loneliness, and doubt melted away in that single moment. The pain of the past, the fear of the future, all seemed insignificant now. All that mattered was the promise he had just made, and the love shining in his eyes. With her voice trembling but filled with certainty, Alma whispered, "Yes. Yes, I will marry you, Obi. I will." The moment she said the words, the crowd around them erupted into cheers, but Alma's focus was solely on Obi. The joy of the moment seemed to spill out from the village itself, as if the very air around them had come alive with celebration. The Christmas tree twinkled even brighter, as though it too was sharing in their happiness. Obi, overcome with joy, stood and hugged Alma. As they pulled apart, the crowd continued to cheer, and Alma's children rushed over, their faces lighting up with joy. "Mommy! Mommy!" they cried, running to hug her. "You're going to marry Uncle Obi. This is the best Christmas season and a great way to start a new year." Alma laughed through her tears, holding them close. Obi smiled warmly at her children, already imagining a future where they were all one family in America, bound by love and new beginnings. In that magical moment, with the Christmas lights twinkling above, the village square bursting with celebration, and the promise of a bright future ahead, Alma and Obi knew that the new year was just the beginning of something beautiful. They had found healing in each other's arms, and together, they would face whatever challenges the future held. No matter what the world threw their way, they had each other, and that was all that mattered. Thank you, besties, for watching and staying with me throughout 2024. Let's do this again in 2025. I love you all. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to Folktales by IJ.